tupua, mai te tawhito, mai te kahui o ngā riki, mai tawiwi kia tū matauenga.
Each year a new intake of Army recruits arrive to complete their basic training. They have just 16 weeks to prove they have what it takes. They'll be pushed to the limit as they transition from civilian to soldier.
Kill the enemy!
And not everyone will make it. For 9 weeks, the recruits have been training hard at the Waiouru military camp. It's now time to put theory into practice. Over 6 days and nights, the recruits will find out how to handle themselves in battle with their first set of field exercises.
Can't wait to come back, to be honest. We haven't even left, but I can't wait to come back.
There's no more like warm bed, no prepared food. I can't deal with being cold and wet at the same time. I hate that. When I'm cold and wet, I'll probably snap at some point.
The pack's pretty heavy, but it's all right.
My pack is already sore, my back's playing up. I'm going to be broken by the end of this.
Some unlucky recruits also have the burden of carrying extra equipment.
It's pretty heavy, so yeah, I don't really want to let the team down by slaking off, so I need to just mutton through it. That's my personal goal for field X, is to, and yeah, obviously not screw up bombs. But.
The recruits are heading deep into the military training area. It's wild and it's rugged, perfect simulation territory to face the enemy and be attacked. Sharing the range with the free-roaming Kaimanawa horses, the recruits make their home for the night. It's a hole in the ground. Then they learn to protect themselves on patrol. As they head towards some woods, the army instructors have prepared an ambush.
Right target! Hello, I'll go first, you cover me, eh?
Safety! Move in!
The recruits now have to minimise their exposure by finding cover and engaging the enemy.
Gun! Bro! Gun! Push up on the right, let's go! Get the fuck out of here! Hurry the fuck! Suppress the fucking target!
As soon as you pick up this rifle, you just get a rush, like just a burst of energy, and the last thing that's on your mind is pain. You know, you're in the zone, hustling through, bros are next to you, then everything is like, you know, can't buy.
Like when I give the command to assault, they need to be like dogs lead off the chain, chasing down that target, whoever it is.
What are you guys doing here? What the fuck? Prepare to peel left!
As the firefight heats up, smoke is used for cover, but there's confusion amongst the ranks as to what they should be doing.
Why are you cocks gonna fucking peel across the road? Fucking shoot! Say stop! Stop! Stop!
Some of the moves I tried at first was probably a little bit advanced for them. It didn't really work. In the assault, you get yelled at, you get sworn at, but hey, you need to get the aggression up to kill that enemy. You know, sometimes it feels like herding cats.
Until now, the recruits have been using blank rounds in the field. Today, they'll be firing at targets using live ammunition.
There are possibilities to shoot themselves, but we have processes in place to make sure that doesn't happen. To an extent, you know, your lives are in their hands. Yes, pretty nervous.
Feels like you're a kid again and trying to get your mate saying, shoot, I got you, you're dead.
For a recruit Wehe Tawhaiti, joining the army was a fresh start.
My dad lives in Christchurch, my mum lives in Tokoro. In 2010 they split up, and on Christmas Day. I was kind of just used to having a male figure for, I guess, structure in my life, but then when they left, I just changed. I went off the rails a bit. 2 years ago, I had pretty much a second chance at life, you know? I went to court, well, heaps of stupid stuff, and because I was under the age of 18, they gave me pretty much a clean slate, you know, changed, finished school, and came here.
Are you declaring an emergency, sir?
Watch all episodes of Ice Pilots. Watch on mobile devices or the big screen. All for free. No subscription required. Download Veely now.
To fighting! Push through! Take him out! Hurry up and fucking kill him!
See, good aggression, good comms, eh? Must be that big mouth yours.
No, all good.
Yeah, done well. Here you go. Go over debrief from your sick leave.
That was the assault. Taking into consideration, I had my mate right next to me. If he crossed my bullet, wretched.
In preparation for the night exercises, recruits need to learn how to move in complete darkness. Their only guide are the lines tied to trees, marking out their camp. Orders have been given for the recruits to set up their hutchie rain covers in what is called a harbour. Their lesson tonight is how to deal with the enemy if they make a surprise visit.
The first thing you'll get is you'll be stood to, so the enemy will come around and start attacking you. And then I'll give the command rampage. On rampage, that's when the guns start firing and they'll fire onto the enemy. And then you'll finally get the command chaos. And on chaos, we're out. That's it, we're done. And we're getting off this position before the enemy come and absolutely destroy us.
Setting up their defence, the recruits are split into pairs and start to take up their positions along the perimeter of the harbour.
Te Whaiti and myself have been partnered up for this field exercise, so you get real close, you sleep in the same hutchie, you eat together, they cover your back all the time. And before this field exercise, we weren't very close. He's actually really soft, like, don't tell him I told you this, but he is so soft.
A little bit soft. Can I have the names?
Being his partner is kind of intimidating because he's actually real good at this. When it comes to being tactical and organised, I thought we were doomed because I'm not tactical organised either. So we had to work together to kind of improve in that area or else the enemy would kill us.
And we know that the enemy are coming. You have free rein to open your guns up tonight. In the event that you receive indirect fire, i.e. the mortars, you're then to bug out hasty. Grab as much things as they can and then you're out of there. Don't muck around.
At dawn, Elliot platoon are hit on all sides by an enemy attack. In complete darkness, they have to find their targets, as well as keeping a cool head.
At the end of the day, all you really want to do is kill the enemy. They're more than likely to just get tunnel vision. They'll forget the fact that they're cold or the fact that they're hungry or tired and the fact that they're out there to do what they've been paid to do, essentially, which is to kill. They'll get in there, they'll shoot it, and once they're done, they'll realise that they're missing half their stuff. They're really cold, tired and hungry. But that little moment of adrenaline will probably be best for them.
As their ammunition starts to run out, the order's given to withdraw.
Leave it, let it get in there.
Let's go, fucking get your packs on, hurry up! Everyone's waiting for us, 2-6 shit!
It's essential the recruits don't leave anything behind that will help the enemy.
You go. We're going good.
But as they withdraw, recruit Hay has left her radio gear behind.
You got a whole fucking harbour waiting for you, so hurry up!
Recruit Penne is now left to pack it up, but it means holding up the rest of his section.
Real fucking quick, let's go!
But this is not the only recruit who has forgotten valuable kit.
As soon as the chaos came, we had to chuck our picks on and leave. So I kind of forgot 4 megs. It's pretty crucial. That's like an A-class equipment. Lucky it was just training. I would have got fucked up. And because Sergeant Major came in too, and he's like, he found him. And I was like...
Learning is all part of the exercise. However, for Recruit Hay, she hasn't taken her mistakes well, and Corporal Dowdall has to put her in her place.
Down cool, there, down cool. Understand? Happy?
I gave a little bit of attitude to my section commander, and I got thrashed for it. So, yeah, so just take that on the chin and move on, I guess.
It's just fatigue, eh? So last couple of days, they started to get a little fatigue, and yeah, you start to see a little bit of attitude come out, so we just stamp on that pretty quickly.
They did really well. They're learning the gist of why we do things. I find with this generation especially, is that they learn better if they know why. And if they don't know why and they just get told what to do, it confuses them, and then that's where they start to trip up.
Despite ranks and everything, we all eat together, you know, manaakitanga, kind of as a wakatau, you know, for this exercise, so it was really good, yeah.
Platoon lovers, we are known as.
I shared my chocolate out with everyone.
Try to keep the morale up, always, always.
All right, I'll let platoon, let's move.
This happy band of recruits now have the pleasure of a 6-kilometre march with their 40 kg packs to their next exercise and take their first bath in 5 days. They're about to learn the art of crossing rivers and keeping their rifles and gear dry.
Look at that expression, mister. I don't think I've seen that much white around the eyes since my wife fucking bit me for the first time. He's like wincing. Yes!
While it all may seem a bit of a laugh for some, for 17-year-old Kyla Smith, away from home for the first time, living rough in the field has been challenging.
On the first night, I was just like, no. I'm just going to go back to barracks and I'm going to go home. Like, I was literally having none of it. I didn't really like open country. It was windy as, and like it was so cold on sentry. It's so easy to be like, just tell the corporal like, oh, this is not for me. I'm just going to go home. But I am getting used to it. Can't wait to have a shower and get this bullshit off my face.
After being put through hell and high water for the last week, some of the recruits decide to get their own back on the officers.
There's a chance to get any of the instructors wet, or if the instructors haven't taken part, as I hadn't today, they'll try and get us involved. For it's important they get a chance to laugh at me. They just know that it may come back at them later on. Hey, Goodley.
Yes, sir.
They've been working quite hard for the past sort of 5-6 days, so give them something to laugh at the end of it.
What the fuck? That'll be cool.
On the following day at the crack of dawn, the recruits are up extra early for a special occasion.
Good morning, Casino. Good morning, Sergeant Major. Welcome to your first Anzac Day celebrations. It's a good morning for it. It's not cold, it's overcast, a bit of rain. Tears of joy for those that have fallen, and tears of sorrow. Move to the right, at trees. By the left. Quick march. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right,
The recruits arrive at the Waiuru Army Museum. The occasion is of special significance for recruit Kyla Smith.
My nan's dad was in the Māori battalion and my nan brought me up, and she grew up without a dad because he died. He was a lost soldier and he actually died in casino, and I'm in casino company, so it's quite cool. It makes me feel like proud to be here, and it makes me want to definitely finish and get through so I can carry on a like lost soldiers kind of legacy.
The recruits have been up since 5 o'clock. They haven't had any breakfast, and standing for an hour in the parade can be overwhelming. This morning, 5 of the recruits faint.
Big day for them. It's their first Anzac Day in uniform, and they'll be standing rigid at attention and straining in that position and looking like you're rigid but still remaining a relaxed profile, otherwise they tend to topple over.
hold it high. If ye break faith with us who died, we shall not sleep, though poppies grow in Flanders field.
It was quite emotional. As I looked out to the distance there, hundreds of people standing there at the service. You could see that they felt the mamae and the hurt of those who did mourn for their families and those who did go over to war.
It's also a time to reflect on the men and women who fought in the Maori Battalion, of whom 649 died in the Second World War.
Thinking of my mum's uncles that went to war, how they did everything they could to help our country out, you know, and I feel quite honoured to be named after one of them myself.
At times, you know, I've sort of doubted whether my Māori heritage had any meaning, not gonna lie, but I do embrace it, I really do, especially being Māori, and, you know, I'm at it where I am, and if I can do it, then anyone else can, especially the ones in my platoon. Those cheeky Māoris, Jesus.
Family for me is a big thing, and so to be leaving the country thinking like you might not go home and see your son or your mum or anything like that, that'd be quite scary.
So it's scary to know that one day I could be one of those that are being remembered.
After the exertion of field exercises, the recruits are settling back into life at the barracks. Over at Narimu platoon, recruit Goodley has been tasked with leading a gardening party.
There's like rocks under here.
Narimu's gardens weren't that great. Now they will be.
Over at Hinton platoon, the recruits are chilling out and catching up with some chores. While in Elliot platoon, phones and letters are being handed out. A trusted way recruits can contact each other in secret. And recruit Tafaiti is a bit of a master at checking out who is interested in who and getting the gossip.
Goodley's trying with Smith. Everyone's trying with Smith.
It's also rumoured some of the recruits are starting to couple up.
With the couples that do like married things and you just look at them and you're like, like that marriage kind of thing where you might share a dessert. Everyone knows they mutually like each other. Maybe something would happen outside, because I don't think anyone would ever try and do anything here, just because they'd probably get caught, because none of them are sneaky enough since all the instructors know about it.
Humans are humans and relationships happen in that. However, we just like to keep it clean just so it keeps the training professional. They start having relationships, they can start undermining some of the training because they have certain feelings for different people for various reasons, and then they don't want to do this, or they want to be in his platoon or her platoon, and it starts affecting their focus on their training. It's a no-no.
For the last 11 weeks, the recruits have been sober. It's well known, alcohol can release inhibitions. Tomorrow they'll be going on leave, and as a farewell, the Army has put on a social to learn the art of responsible drinking. For the all-male Hinton platoon, tonight's outing comes with a warning.
If any of you imbibe too much, you will be arrested and put in the cells. It's a social gathering tonight, team. Social gathering, not a fucking chug fest. Act on that? Yes, Sergeant. Have enough that you can fucking get a little bit of a buzz on, so you can talk to the girls from Elliot and Narimu. Act on that one?
Yes, Sergeant. For my guys, they actually get a chance to talk to girls, because they haven't done for the last 10 weeks. So that'll be interesting.
We'll just have to keep an eye on them tonight with the fraternisation side of things. Make sure they're all in bed. They're not sneaking around, getting up to any naughty business or mischiefness in the drying room or whatever they do, I don't know.
Should be good. We don't have a limit on our alcohol anymore, so that's good.
What do you like drinking? Are you naughty? Are you naughty when you drink? You're all right. No, I don't drink. See if I don't pull that. She's like my mum, eh?
Cute. Tricks you up like little dolls.
I'm not consuming any alcohol. I got plenty of time after basic to do that. Like, I might just have the one drink when I get there, like a cider or something.
Fellow recruit Onu Moore is also looking forward to tonight. But his mind is never far away from his mother.
Found out she was in the hospital with severe burns, and she was in so much pain they had to put her into a drug-induced coma. From that moment onward, I had never been broken in my life, and from that moment onward, I was broken. I really miss my mum. I really miss her. But in here, I have to have like a one-track mindset. She would have been upset with me not coming here because of what happened. We're all in here to just make a better life now, and that's the reason why I'm in here. To make a better life for myself, for my family, and make everyone around me proud of what I've become.
Mom! Okay, unconnect. I'll just voice call you, okay?
Fucking one time. She talks a lot now, so I don't know what she's like when she's pissed.
I haven't heard from her. Okay, so my mum just got out of prison, right? And I haven't heard from her in ages, so I'm like real happy to actually hear from her. But I haven't heard from her or anything. We were pretty close, like, she's living a hard life. She's living a rough life right now.
One brace step back, march.
Oh, that was the fastest I've ever gotten ready in my life.
Go, 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 go.
I do understand that some of you will be playing up a little bit with all your drunkenness and your fucking drunken hiccups and your wake your wasty faces. That is fine. What I do not like, though, is three things. First one is insubordination. You tell me to get fucked, I'll chuck you in the cells. Second one is fraternisation. There will be none of it. Male, male, female, 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 male, or female, female, male. Right, and the third one is fighting or bullying. Everything else, like pissing on your tall boys and your water bottles and your other people's mouths, that's just being drunk.
Two! Ha! This evening is another learning. It's another lesson. It's about, in military establishments, how we conduct ourselves. So it's very important that you maintain that respect and the proper decorum as required, all right?
Hinton, moving on your left. Lead the way, team. Make way for Hinton, the best platoon. That's right.
In terms of discussion and conversation, we never, ever, ever discuss sex, politics, or religion. What we need to do there, ladies and gentlemen of Casino, is that we need to have some form of what's known as weather conversation that can get the ball rolling and stimulate even further discussion. Have manners, be polite. As the alcohol flows, make sure that you take note of your own behaviour when you've been drinking. Etiquette. When we move on with etiquette, make sure we do things like we don't leave our drinks on the pool table. And lastly, be a gentleman, be a lady. Thank you.
I'm already one in and I'm still been able to It's been a while.
Everyone's buzzing because we're all real excited to be out of the field and to be going home tomorrow. It's going hard, even though we're not allowed to.
While everyone kicks back, one recruit has learned his behaviour is the reason he's been moved from Narimu to Elliot Platoon.
I am a distraction. I don't accept that. I think I'm a loving part of Narimu, and a piece of Narimu will always stay with me. I don't want to move. Narimu will always be number one. Top platoon until I move to Elliot.
They're Cuddles platoon. That's a lie. That is a lie.
Elliot number one.
Such a lie. Yeah, Elliot number one.
Elliot number one when I get.
You'll get used to it though.
No, I won't. I heard when I first get into your platoon, Korifa's gonna hump me or something. Is this true?
I don't know. What happens in that room stays in that room.
Oh, how?
Tonight, Elliot Platoon are saying farewell to recruit Dunshay, who's off to join the Territorial Army.
Put your hands up where? Put your hands up in the air. Over there, over there. Put your hands up in the air.
As the night draws to an end, Elliot and Narimu platoons are still smashing out the dance moves, while Hinton are neatly lined up, ready to head back to barracks.
Hi, that's quick, march.
So they'll be on leave tomorrow. Slip quietly into the city world and catch up with friends and family and reflect on what they've just gone through for the first 10 weeks. And it'll be very interesting to see what their thoughts are when they come back.
I'm going home! Good march! Let's
Coming up next week.
I just died, so probably not good then.
What are you fucking doing? Do your jaws properly, you dumb fuck. Let's go. We're gonna marry a little left, right? Marry a little left.